The Machine Uprising of Ragol. Who'd have thought our next section of PSO lore government quests would bring us to such a situation? And yet, I'm as ready as you are for the first dive into the next region of Phantasy Star Online. Welcome to the Abyss, folks. My name is Void Money, and today we explore the mines underneath Ragol's surface. As per usual, our tale brings us to the Pioneer 2, where we will head straight to the bridge to initiate things with the bigwigs of our colony ship's crew. Talk to Momoka to get a description of the quest. Why, is there a large-scale facility underneath Ragol? Gee, I don't know. Let's see what the longer description says when we select the quest. Please investigate the strange large-scale facility that was discovered beneath Ragol's surface. Well, that sure was different than the shorter description. Finally, accept the quest and be yeeted into dialogue with Principal Tyrell.
Voidmon 3Y, you're here. Good.
Yeah, I'm here.
The truth is, we've recently confirmed that parts of the cavern are not natural, and in fact are quite clearly man-made.
What, you mean all those doors we found in the previous 4 quests of the caves weren't naturally occurring geological formations?
Following a mine shaft, we discovered a large-scale facility. I need top-rate hunters like you to go and check it out. Who put it there? What was it built to do? Or what is it still doing? I know this is a lot, but please, you must find the answers.
I mean, sure, it is a lot, but when do you ever ask me for small favors?
As always, Irene can give you the details, and as usual, I'm counting on you.
Yeah, on to Irene.
Here are the details. Investigate and report on the facility underneath Ragol. You should be able to find it by going through the mine shaft we found.
Wait, mind shaft?
Please, try to get a general handle on the situation down there. A teleporter has already been set up. You can get to the mine shaft directly from the city here. With all the goings-on that we've encountered with the planet Ragol, we've come to expect the unexpected.
Well, at least you didn't send a crew into their deaths before me this time.
Be careful en route to your destination. That's it. Good luck.
And with that, talk to Science Guy 1.
Perhaps Pioneer 1 built that facility and kept it hidden from us.
Oh, you don't say. Well, how about Science Guy 2?
We still don't know much about what happened to the Central Dome. If they used their materials to build the Central Dome, though, then it's hard to think that the Pioneer 1 could have also built that facility.
Fair point, Mr. Weird Love Child between Majin Buu and Ray Romano. Now, go to the teleport pad in the Pioneer 2 to head to the mines and start the mission. But before you get too far into things, if you aren't subscribed to this channel yet, then what are you waiting for? These Academy Award-winning performances don't run on the vibes of unclicked views. Jeez. Anyway, the first thing you'll notice is that the mines look less like mines than the cave section did, and more like an abandoned factory that's been taken over by robots. Among the robot enemies are Gilchick, who are your basic mindless attack anything on sight drones, plenty of traps that either explode or cause status effects, the Flying Canadine, who are annoying to hit without range weapons or techs, and Sinnobeats, which are kind of like robot ninjas. Sinnobeats will drop from the ceiling and begin using some beam weapon similar to the blades. Traps are a pretty good way to cover your 6 while you're trying to find the correct Sinnobeat. Before long, you'll also come across a superior red version of the Canadine called Kanan, who is kind of like a swarm leader for a bunch of weaker flying guys. You'll also come across the Dub Chick, which is similar to the Gill Chick, except it will reconstruct itself if you don't kill the central brain that keeps it alive. And finally, the Sinnoh Gold, which is similar to the Sinnoh Beat, except he can heal himself. Boo earns! After defeating the Sinnoh Gold, you'll be able to access a computer in the next room, and text will pop up on the screen when you do so. Main computer, access denied. Subcomputer, access granted. 1. Log entry. Then, we'll perplexingly get a prompt whether to read the log entry. Hit yes. Who would even say no?
This is an emergency. Chimera subject Beta 772 has somehow escaped from the laboratory. It'll disrupt Ragol's ecosystem if we don't capture it in time. We must find it. But we're already in danger of something else. We're locked in here to hide from those erratic machines. Shouldn't Pioneer 2 be here by now? Where are they?
Uh-oh. Chimera Subject Beta 772 sounds pretty ominous, but at least it's not an alpha. In any case, turn around and leave the room to find the telepad back to Pioneer 2, where you can turn in the quest to Principal Tyrell.
Well, I see. We may be able to get additional data from that underground computer. We'll leave that for the specialists. But...
Hey, keep your butts to yourself.
Please, you must trust me on this. If there are machines down there, that means that there has to be sentient life.
Sound logic. Unless they all died?
Something obviously not right now.
Weird way to end, but I'm digging that these segments of beat around the bush dialogue are getting more to the point. On to Irene.
Welcome back. So you were actually attacked by machines down there.
Oh, you should have seen them. One was like that creepy robot made by Honda. Another was kind of like a flying KitchenAid.
Does this mean someone on Raggle had the skill to build them? I still don't understand why they'd be located underground, though.
Or why that computer lab is considered to be a mine shaft. On to Science Guy 1.
Now machines are attacking us? I don't believe this.
O ye of little faith. On to Science Guy 2.
So you were attacked by typical machines then?
Typical? I mean, typical machines to me is like a car or a microwave. These were robots, man.
Is there intelligent life on Raggle besides us?
That remains to be seen.
This is all just so baffling.
Tell me about it. Now talk to Momoka once more to end the quest and get your reward, which, as usual, is nothing. And well, that about wraps things up. We didn't really find out all that much about what's going on in the so-called mines. However, there was some Chimera beta thingy or whatever. Perhaps we'll find more about that in a future episode of PSO Lore. As per usual, a similar video and playlist to this series is popping up on screen right now. Until next time, folks, have fun and stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!